Lights, camera, action, I'm splashing.
You're talking to the Rolex wearer, diamond ring wearer, Ken Still, wheel and dip, limousine ride, jet flying, settling up, and I'm having a hard time holding these Detroit Lions down. Woo!
Pussy.
This is another episode of UpnSmoke, the podcast. I am your host, Hef Giovanni. This podcast is brought to you by and powered by the space station. So I don't have to tell you who's behind the camera because you know it's the best. Listen, man, today on this podcast, we're going to break down just a couple things. We're going to go over the last two primetime games for Sunday and Monday. We had the LA Rams in town in Detroit taking on the Lions. We also had, on Monday, we had the Jets over in San Francisco. Rams and Detroit Lions. Hey, man, let's get straight to this shit. Lions defend the den. Lions fans, lot to be proud of in this win. The slogan here for us is grit. And I think we truly showed that here this past Sunday night. While we still have holes to fill, it feels good to finally be on the winning side of these close games. Defense, we still got a lot of things to tighten up on the back end. I understand it's early in the season, but you kind of want to get these kinks ironed out quickly. Rams receiving duo was starting to cook there early, led by Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp. Unfortunately, we knocked out Nacua early. All the focus and all the tension was shifted to Kupp as he finished with 14 catches, a buck something, and a touchdown. He was making plays all over the place. Fingertip catches, toe drag, swag on the sidelines. Fucking guy looked like Jerry Rice. Defensive line. I like the pressure we put. Only problem, I want a little bit more. Look at the box score, 2 sacks off 12 QB hits. Listen, on them type of quarterback hits, I still want them to translate into sacks a little bit more. Montgomery proved just hand him the ball and watch him cook. Jameson Williams, big play J-Mo. He was awarded the game ball, won the player of the game. Said this was his first time. He's never done this before. That's what they all say, J-Mo. Finished the game with 5 catches, a buck 20, and a touchdown. He also followed that performance up with a post-game meal at Zorba's on the 6th. Safe to say, Lions fans, we have a hood superstar here in Detroit. And I'm not saying I'm not for it. I like it. All I'm saying is let's protect Jameson Williams at all costs. Jameson Williams, kudos on a healthy season, bruds. Hope I can get you on the podcast here somewhere in the near future. That'll be a treat. Let's jump on a jet, head out west to Frisco, and that's exactly what Aaron Rodgers and the New York Football Jets did. Rodgers looked uncomfortable all night. It was hard for him to find a rhythm early. Breece Hall proved that he's going to be the workhorse over there. 50 yards on the ground, followed by another 40 receiving. Garrett Wilson went 6 for 60. Allen Lazard, name ring bells. Hey, cheeseheads, it's order. Allen Lazard was Aaron Rodgers' receiver there in Green Bay as they look to rekindle their relationship here in New York. Lazard, fantasy owners. This cat here is somebody I would watch here in the near future. He proved to be one of Aaron Rodgers' reliable weapons on Monday night. He had 2 touchdowns. I just foresee a lot of production from this cat in the future. On the other hand, 49ers, who were without their star Christian McCaffrey, got things done by feeding all their players a fair share of the pigskin. Box score was pretty much evenly distributed. Star of the game here, let's obviously get the elephant out of the room, Jordan Mason. Jordan, stand up. You got a lot to be proud of, kid. Jordan Mason's the backup to Christian McCaffrey. Listeners, imagine on your work field, your boss tells you the night before the game that you're starting, and this is one of your biggest games, and you go out there and drop 150 in a score. Hats off to Jordan Mason there. He's also somebody fantasy gurus I keep a close eye on in the future. Frisco's defense proved they're legit. Bosa and Warner are a tight-knit duo. Listen, man, it just boils down to New York filled up the plane, just wasn't good enough. They didn't have enough jet fuel in that plane to travel the distance as the 49ers shoot the Jets down from the air 32-19 win. Listen, man, that was pretty much it for the week one recap on the primetime games. We're going to take a dive now into this other segment called Quick Hits. And this Quick Hits segment is just basically going to be the week 2 game schedule. I'm basically going to say this team plays that team. I'm going to give you my thought real quick on who I think simply going to win, followed by a bulletin to back it up. Okay? Let's go here for the primetime game for Thursday. We got Buffalo as they're in Miami. A lot of attention in Miami for all the wrong reasons. Tyreek Hill, we're not going to get too much into that. So now we're here for his negativity. We want peace and positivity. Keep in mind the Bills won 4 straight against Miami. This is also a divisional battle. I just think they're just too quick, man, on the outside. Buffalo Bills, you just really got Josh Allen. Guys, if you thought this guy was Superman before, he's really going to have to play Superman times 5 here. Still taking Miami at home. You got the Saints and the Cowboys. The boys just paid Dak. I think we can all breathe again. We'll take the Cowboys here at home. Tampa Bay. Well, and it's the Bake Show. Baker Mayfield. I like you, Baker. Those that know me know I like Baker Mayfield. Listen, I like his game. True gunslinger. He's a fucking hold your dick out there and just let it all hang out. I'm the shit, and I'm going to let you know it. Tampa Bay takes on Detroit Lions. Listen, I'm going to take Detroit. I like this. I'm going to take Detroit. I want you to keep close mind, though. Last 2 years, we beat the Buccaneers. And Lions fans, this game is going to be a lot closer than you think. Baker's a fighter. You try to hit him with a knockout punch, and he'll somehow duck it and counter. Let's bury this motherfucker. I'm taking Detroit at home. Dan Campbell, let's defend the den, baby. We got Cleveland Browns against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jaguars at home. Cleveland won the last 2 previous matchups in this battle. Jacksonville, you just paid Sunshine, a.k.a. Trevor Lawrence. Jacksonville Jesus, I'm going to take you at home to bury the Cleveland Clowns. We got the 49ers at Vikings. I'm taking the Niners here. Nothing else has to be said. Chargers at Panthers. Panthers, are a dumpster fire. And you're probably pretty much looking at the first round pick for the next year's draft. Chargers, Harbaugh to get win number 2. The Raiders squaring off against Baltimore Ravens there in Baltimore. Listen. Oh, God, Raiders. You can't do this to me again. I like the fight. We desperately need a quarterback. Gardner Minshew, I like you. You got the aura of a 1980 Raider. I fuck with it. We need a franchise quarterback. Ravens, I just think they just got too much power. Their run game strong. Derrick Henry's over there now. King Henry, Lamar Jackson. I think I'm taking the Ravens there at home. You got Seattle at the Patriots at home. New England's at home. Listen, New England showed up on the road. Busted Burrow right in his fucking chops. Snuck out of there with a W. I like them to do this here at home. Mayo, I like the culture you're building over there in New England. You got my Michigan guy over there, Jabril. He's a captain. I like his game over there. I'm going to take New England at home. We got the Jets at Tennessee. Jets, they just got the better defense here. They got better weapons. I'm looking from a little redemption from last game, taking Jets on the road. Giants at Commanders. The Giants are cat piss, flat out. Look for Jaden Daniels to get his first professional win there at home. You got the Rams at Cardinals. This is an NFC division bout. Once again, I think this game is going to be a lot closer than you think. I like Arizona in an upset here. Look for Kyler Murray to get Marvin Harrison Jr. the ball there early. I'm taking the Cards at home. We got Bengals and Chiefs. Hey, this is a good one. Listen, Joe Burrow. Pat Mahomes. The Mahomes beater. Joe Burrow's proven he can beat Mahomes. I don't think he's going to do it here on the road and in Arrowhead. I'm taking Pat Mahomes there in a dogfight. Slide on over to Pittsburgh at Denver. Listen, I'm taking Pittsburgh here on the road. I look for their defense to stifle Denver. Get this, though, a key matchup in this game. Pat Surtain, one of the NFL's best corners, lining up against NFL youngboy and the menace, George Pickens. Get your popcorn ready. That's going to be a good one. You got the Bears at Texans. And what's Caleb Williams going to do? Go Bears on his nails? You motherfucker. Listen, I'm taking C.J. Stroud and the Texans there at home. This is a pretty good one, and this might be an underrated game. In a battle of who's got the bigger wings. The Falcons take on the Eagles in what I call the Bird Bowl. Either way, I like the Eagles at home, even though Atlanta's defense is pretty stout. Eagles just got a lot more firepower. Listen, man, I think that's all for today. That was the quick hits. As we go forward, we're going to do things a little different on the landscape of the show. We're still working out kinks on our own, like the Lions secondary. We're going to work things out. We're going to come back stronger. It's brick by brick how we lay this foundation. And this podcast doesn't go anywhere without the support from every one of you. Listen, man, I thank you for joining me here on this next episode of Up and Smoke the podcast. I am Hef Giovanni. This podcast was powered by, once again, the space station. Listen, man, ain't nowhere to go but up. And guess what? We're going up in smoke. I am the Will and Dip. Kiss them. Woo. Limousine ride. Jet fly. Son of a God.